Hey, this is Isaac from Hunger Smash Fitness, and I just wanted to do a short video today on motivation. I was asking a couple people what they thought I should do my next video on, because I'd like to do some on exercise, kind of a lift with me type video, where it's just a music video of working out and everything, and then also something informative until I get my microphones and everything else set up and start doing the interviews. But I just wanted to do something in the time being slightly informative, what I think of something. And so I was asking some different people about it, and they were saying that one person said that I should do something motivating. And I was thinking about it for a bit, and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like motivation. Motivation is so fleeting. That's my problem with it. Merriam-Webster dictionary defines motivation as the condition of being motivated, but it's a motivating force, a stimulus that is acting upon you to help you to be motivated. And the only problem with that is that your motivation, your feelings, they change hour by hour. Depending on how well you sleep, how well, what you had for breakfast, all this other stuff. Motivation is there, and then it's gone. You can be having a great day, and then someone says the wrong thing to you, and all of a sudden, you blew it. Now you don't want to go work out. You don't want to follow your goals. You don't, and it derails you. And we as humans get derailed very easily by different things and different external forces. And so I dislike motivation. I think it has its purpose in the moment. I think it can be used if you're trying to get that that personal record for a deadlift, or if you're trying to pass an exam, because if you don't pass it, you're going to fail the class. Yeah, that's pretty motivating to succeed, to do well. But motivation is it's so fleeting. It's not permanent. It's not something tangible that you can actually hang on to and work with. And so I have always felt that discipline is going to be a much stronger force. Motivation is great. It has its time. It has its moment. There can be there's a purpose behind motivation to get you started, but it's discipline that is going to win the battle. And so if you're setting goals, don't rely on your motivation to carry you through. You have to develop that mindset where this is what I'm going to push forward towards. This is what I'm going to work at. This is what I'm going to do and excel at, and then go and do it. And so success is the repetition of continually pushing yourself to that point, continually forcing yourself to do it, whether you feel like it or if you don't. And I think honestly, it matters way more if you're doing it when you don't feel like it, because if you force yourself, if you discipline yourself to do it when you don't feel like it, then it's much easier to do it when you do feel like it. And also, it develops this mindset where you can make yourself feel like doing it. And so whatever your goals are, whether that's to, deadlift 600 pounds, whether that's to run a marathon, whether that's to read a book for an hour a night or something, whatever your goals may be, how you feel about it, how willing you are to comply with that goal and pursue that goal is going to ebb and flow. You're going to have some days where it's going to feel like you can do anything, and then there's going to be other days where you're dragging your feet and you don't feel like doing anything, and it's the discipline that is going to carry you through. And so in my mind, I think motivation, sure, it has its purpose to help get you started, and that's about it. Don't rely on how you feel to try and push yourself to succeed, because if you do, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to burn out in whether it's a day, a week, a month, whatever. If you talk to people who are successful, there are multiple times when they did not feel like it, and they made themselves continue pushing towards their goals, okay? So don't rely on the emotion, don't rely on the feeling to make you do that, because that's something external, and the external forces, external stimuli, they change constantly, okay? It's never going to be the same. Every day is different, every hour is different. Don't rely on that. You need to dig deeper. You need to find something bigger to hang on to that'll help push you to accomplish your goals, okay? So it's wonderful. You can watch a movie or listen to some music or whatever, and that's what helps get you motivated, but that's about it. That's the first step, and the race is miles long. If you are gonna rely on that for the entire way, that motivation isn't gonna be with you the entire race. You have to have something else pushing you on. So I think the way most people, I think, view motivation is, yeah, they look up motivating videos on YouTube or something like that, and that's great. Yeah, it gets you started. Don't rely on that. So I think that discipline is much stronger than motivation. Discipline, because it's a control that is gained by in enforcing obedience, by continually pushing towards a goal. I like to finish all of my videos with the improve 1%, and I think that's really important because I heard we had a retired Master Chief when I was in the Navy, actually, who talked to us about how if you look at the truly elite, if you look at those who are truly successful, they don't have drastic shifts where all of a sudden they're on top. It's a slow, continuous progression. And so I like that mindset, the improve 1%. Every day, focus on one thing that you can do better, one thing that you can improve. And it doesn't have to be a dramatic improvement. You're just pushing for that small improvement, 1%. But if you do that, if you do that 7 days a week, at the end of the week, you're 7% better. And so it's that mindset of, I'm not looking to all of a sudden go from being a couch potato to running out my door and running a marathon. I know that doesn't work. And so what I need to do is I need to look at the long term, all right? If I'm training for the Olympics, okay, I have a 4-year training cycle. I need to break that down. At the end of the first year, I need to be at this point. At the end of the second year, I need to be at this point. At the end of the third year, I need to be at this point. I need to break down and set up those goals and then break down each of those years. And so, okay, in the first 3 months of this year, I'd like to be at this point. Second 3 months, I'd like to be at this point, and then break down those blocks even more. So, okay, in that first 3-month block, week by week, this is what I'm going to be doing. Every week, I'm going to be improving just a little bit. I'm going to be working on something just a little bit, perfecting my technique, perfecting my endurance, my strength, my mental fortitude, and through all of that, you're going to establish the foundation to succeed. And so I think that's really where it comes from, though, is not focusing on, I'm a 120-pound male and I want to deadlift 800 pounds. Well, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, okay? You're going to have to work hard at it for years. And that's how it is with everything in life. You don't become a doctor overnight. You go to school for years and years and years, and you study, and you look at people who are ahead of you. You set role models. You set up guides for where you want to be, what you want to pursue, and you figure out what they did, and then you try and emulate that. And so don't rely on don't rely on a motivational YouTube video to try and push you to that next step, because it probably won't. It has to be that discipline, that self-discipline of digging deep every day, finding something that you can improve upon, even if it's a little bit, to make it a little bit better. And I think that's really all it is for success, is it's the day-to-day grind of continually pursuing something, whatever your dream is. It's continually working on just a little bit at a time, perfecting a little bit at a time, and before you know it, you've achieved your goals. And all I can say is kudos to you. That's awesome. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's something that you have to continually work at. So, anyways, that's all for today. I hope you have a good night.